Let's say it together. Let's say it together this morning, okay? Honor thy father and mother. That all right, let's say it again in unison together. Honor thy father and mother, that thy days be long upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And that's what we want to talk about. Honor thy mother. That's we're going to underline. Mother. Honor thy mother. Today is Mother's Day. It is a day for us to honor our mothers. It is not only this day, but if we are God conscious, then we will hear what he says, that we will honor our mothers. If we're born again, if we are followers of Jesus Christ, then God tells us to honor our mothers, to esteem our mothers, to lift them high, to always praise them and magnify their names. Mother's Day, on this particular day, this past week, the letter carriers bags have been full, have been weighted down, carrying mail to mothers. Greeting card companies have been glorifying Mother's Day because they do more cards than at any other time of the year. The florists sell more flowers than any other week. This is the Mother's Day. AT&T will rejoice all week on your long distance call to your mother. All over the country, the church will pause, not only Bella Vista, but throughout Christendom and throughout the world where Christians worship. They will think about this day and spend a moment with this day and glorify God because of godly mothers. Christian Bory once said, a mother is the best friend that God ever gave to us. I know that we've had friends in our lifetime. We've had friends who have been with us, but there's no friend like a mother. I think you ought to try to keep her alive as long as you can, because there's no friend like a mother. I remember when I was younger and used to listen to a whole lot of quartet singing. Archie Brownlee of the Blind Boys used to sing, when I lost my father, it made me sad. But when I lost my mother, I lost the best friend that I ever had. And so, not just today, but those who have had godly mothers, those who have had the love and the care from their mothers, this day is a day for all of us to remember, whether it was a your biological mother or adopted mother, whoever took care of you. This is a day for you to make contact. Wherever they are, if they're still here, you ought to make some type of contact to just let them know how much you appreciate them. We really cannot live without love. There are a whole lot of things that we can live with, but we cannot live without love. Somebody, somewhere, has to love us. If we're going to make it, then we need love. God is love. People start out with God. Let me just watch. Let me just mention this and cause you to watch this particular example. That without God, there is no real love. Without God. You need to get that in you. You need to get that in your head. That without God, because man is not God. Man can go so far. Woman can go so far. But if you really want love, it has to come from God. Don't make no mistake and try to make somebody love you more than God. Because God is love. It's a part of his being. It's a part of his character. He is love. God knew this when he established this institution that's called motherhood. God set this up because he wants us to love our mother. Now, mothers need love. She needs to love her child in order to express herself. She can give expression to self through love. She needs to be loved by her children in order to fulfill herself. Love in order to express herself. And then she needs love from that child, from you, in order to be fulfilled. Mother is tied in to you. She's tied into you. No matter if you are a success or a failure, your mother loves you. I'm talking about a godly mother. I'm not talking about just any woman that has a child. I'm talking about a woman that has a child that is flowing out of God's love. See, the love comes out. The love comes out of God. Characteristic of God. It comes out of God, and he pours himself into you. You cannot love without God. You cannot express love without God. All of the words that we have for love, all of the words, there's not a one in the Bible about the love that we so happy about. The love that we measure on. The love that we major on. It's nowhere in the Bible. Only when you talk about love in the Bible, you talk about friendship. You talk about agape love, which means seeking the other person's highest good. That's what love is. A person treating you bad, won't speak to you, talking about you, cursing you out. They don't love you, because love seeks the highest good. And watch this, and watch this, and watch this. Love loves in spite of you. You can't turn it off. That no matter how you try, love keeps loving, because love will always seek your highest good. So somebody say they love you and they're not seeking your highest good, then they don't love you. Not in the love of what we call the highest sense of love. The greatest love is you doing for that person exactly what that person needs. The person needs love, got to have love, can't make it without love, then you need to show love by seeking that person's highest good. Has nothing to do with the person, but it's because of your love for that person. Now, Paul says love is the greatest thing. He said, no matter how you analyze life, love is the greatest thing on earth. What the world needs now is love. What the world needs now is for one nation to seek the good of the other nation, and one family to seek the good of their family members. It needs love. Not division, but love. Not arguments, but love. Not talking a person down, but what the world needs now is love. What the church needs now is love. What the family needs now is love. What the country needs now is love. I mean, simply seeking the person's highest good. And when you love the person in spite of them. But God so loved the world in its shape. God loved you when you were a wretch and when you were undone. See, love is a sacrifice. See, you don't have to earn it. And love suffers long. Love is kind. I used to years ago, I used to tell people that what the world needs now is love, and love is kind. What we need now in this economic depression and recession and all, we need love for one another. We need love. Now watch this. Love is kind. What a whole lot of homes need is kindness. To be kind. To be kind to each other. Don't be mean to each other, but be kind to each other. Are you listening to me? Amen. Be gentle with each other. Watch your words. Act like you're in the presence of some important person, because your spouse is supposed to be your best friend on planet Earth. That's who your best friend is supposed to be, your spouse. Your husband is supposed to be your best friend. Your wife is supposed to be your best friend. You are the best friend of your children. There are a whole lot of people that will come into their lives that will not seek their good. So you need to understand that you want to try to get around real love. It suffers long. It's kind. It's not puffed up. It doesn't behave itself unseemingly. It doesn't act up. Love. Love will cover a multitude of faults. You see everything that the other person is doing, you don't love them. You see every wrong move they make, you don't really love them. because love will cover a multitude of faults. And when you have a loving mother, when you have a caring mother, you have something that's worth more than silver and gold. For you can have many things, but if you don't have love, you have nothing.